what he has said, according to some of his critics, is that he just regurgitated the system that exists presently in the country, that he has not come up with concrete manner in which the problem will be solved. Good. Banditry, how will he solve it? The issue of a porous border, how will he solve it? These are the questions that these guys were asking.
Yes, first of all, those people that were asking those questions, maybe they are living in another planet, certainly not in West Africa, and certainly not in Nigeria, because he's a regurgitating. What you have presently is one state police, one national police, no state police. State, I mean, as in Nigeria.
So with Peter Obi creating
three levels of policing: federal, state, and community. He already used it as Anambra State governor.
Under which law will he be able to achieve that?
No, the law exists. Section 11 of the Constitution too, that gives you the power as a state to use the resources you have to protect your state. Good. But it does not have the power of the police. That is why whatever you're doing, you're still going to do it under the approval, consent of the police. If you arrest, you take to the police. And that is why there is no prosecution of criminals, bandits and terrorists. How many have been convicted? Under his regime, 3 levels policing. He's going to restructure. He's going to re-equip. He's going to retrain.
These are frequently used language that we are now very, very used to in the country. And these are the questions. Right. Nigerians want specific. Good. Restructure. What is restructuring?
That's what I'm saying.
How will it come
3
by?
levels policing.
How will it happen?
It will happen by effectively amending the Constitution and removing that word, one police. You have to do it. And that is one of his 7-point agenda.
You're a lawyer.
Oh, yes.
And so you understand what it means.
Very well.
Border adjustment, local government creation, even state creation. You know just how almost impossible that our laws has made the review and the amendment of that to happen in this country. So the question is, these are things that are in the 8th, in the 7th, in the 9th National Assembly. They've tried to amend, but it has never come true.
Because there's no sincerity of purpose. Would you give such an amendment to a Tinubu that does not believe in restructuring of state police, that is not even stated in his manifesto? You think it will work? No. Dictators like to operate outside the state apparatus to achieve what they want. Let me tell you, our problem in Nigeria is not the scarcity of good governance plans, ideas, and policies. No, we're not bereft of that. You're here and you know about 2020 vision. These are no. What we lack is a combination. What we have is a combination of institutional weaknesses and lack of political will. That is why my principle is offering a new brand of leadership that is transformative, that is responsive, that is responsible, and less transactional. So what we are looking for now is that president who will go in with executive orders. You can achieve the security. What is Amotekun asking for? For powerful weapons to be able to engage the terrorists who have superior weapons over them. Why should the federal government not grant them? Under existing laws already. So there's no political will. So what he is saying, he's going to offer that brand of new leadership. And let me tell you, he talked about destroying this structure of criminality. And you and I know that these parties have been talking about structures. They have structures. And the structure they have, as you can see, the PDP and the APC, I said they should go into competition to know who failed more. What APC is talking about PDP is absolutely correct. What PDP is talking about APC is absolutely correct. What APC is talking about itself is absolutely a lie. What PDP is talking about itself is absolutely a lie. Now, you can see I'm surprised and shocked and embarrassed by the lies that are oozing out from their spokespersons. Let me tell you what Obasanjo said about the structure these people have. He said Atiku Abubakar is a man that has propensity for corruption, tendency to disloyalty, inability to say and speak the truth at all times. He says he's a man who has propensity for poor judgment, belief and reliance in matter about, lack of transparency, a man who trusts in money to buy his way out in all situations, a man who has the readiness to sacrifice morality, integrity, propriety, truth, national interest for self and selfish interest. We are seeing it manifesting. You could see in that tape you are talking about, Michael Achimugu. It was the voice of Atiku Abubakar, and they have admitted it by saying they want to leave it to concentrate on their campaign.
He's denied that is not the voice of Atiku
No. Abubakar. When you deny, you go to court and sue the person for libel, for defamation, for slander. In the absence of that, that is an admission. It's not Atiku Abubakar. So that what you said is actually an admission, because he said, no, we want to leave it. The man has dared them, the Achimugu. He said, I dare them to say I did not serve Atiku, and I will bring more records. What did Atiku say? It gives me goose pimples that Atiku has the national award in corrupting the generation before him and corrupting the generation after him. He said in that tape, I have advised Obasanjo against open corruption, meaning Atiku has been operating coded corruption, sacrificing innocent people and hiding his own head. Joshua Dariye was sacrificed. In that same tape, you're talking about Marine Float as the company that Atiku advised his boss that they should form Marine Float as a company that they will use to siphon the money, that they will pay consultancy fee, non-existent, to such company.
These are allegations based on the tape released by Michael Achimugu.
So which voice is, in my own opinion, Atiku's voice.
Okay. I'm glad that you are able to put the right language.
Opinion.
Yeah,
but
put it in the right language.
Clear. What about Tinubu's daughter that carried 10 million naira?
Allegedly.
Openly. No, it has been brought out. The politician openly in front of her, thanking her, saying he took only 1 million naira. Cash. Where is money laundering? She should be languishing in jail. That is the same reason that Doyin Okupe was brought to justice. Collecting cash. Section 2(1) of the Money Laundering Act. If you make or receive in cash an individual any amount exceeding 5 million naira, she should be in jail. And what about the spokesperson of APC, Festus Kayomo? He's a minister, serving minister. His person, his time has been fully paid. He's on full-time employment, and he's using himself as a resource to campaign for a political party. That is corruption. He's using the resource of Nigeria to campaign for a political party, using the money he's been paid to campaign for a political party. That is sharing the money. He's been paid for full time as a minister, and he is there talking about another party. Are we not ashamed in this country? APC and PDP, like I said, they're a monster with two heads. APC, and PDP. Tinubu and Atiku, they are equal and opposite. One is a Miloko of the north, another one is a Miloko of the south.
Let's anchor.
I don't know. Two of them should step down. I've said this thing before. You know what? Nigeria, my beloved country, is the easiest country to govern in the whole world. He governed Anambra State. It was still within Nigeria. He met Anambra State, the worst state in Nigeria. Anambra was rated last in everything. Within 4 years, Anambra was rated first in everything. First in MDG goals by UNDP. First in debt management by DMO. First in poverty rate by Dr. Magnus Pakol, the Director General of NAPEP. First in the network of roads by the Bureau of Statistics. Now, let me tell you, all these firsts being granted to him, none was done by his party. He had only APGA, where he was in. Nigeria is a very easy country to govern. Look at the secret. You that is saying, do not be corrupt. Are you corrupt? My principle has been checked all around, and there is no corruption in him. Immediately he comes in, Nigeria wastages will be cut into 50%. What is happening in Nigeria now is bloated infrastructure, bloated and inflated contracts. Now, when he comes in, he will plug the wastages, he will reduce cost of governance, he will build honest and efficient civil service, and he will aggressively fight corruption. This gives you 50% of the revenue that you need.
2027, regardless of what Tinubu or the APC might want or plan, the 2027 election will be free and fair. Not because of APC, not because of Tinubu, not because of INEC, not because of judiciary, not because of security agencies, but because of a parallel vote tabulation platform. Vote Watch, working with volunteers as polling unit marshals across all the polling units in Nigeria. With Vote Watch and polling unit marshal, we tie the hands of INEC, the hands of Tinubu, the hands of APC, the hands of security agencies, the hands of the judiciary. We tie their hands and we make rigging impossible, regardless of who wants to rig. With Vote Watch, we will get real-time electronic transmission of polling unit results directly from the polling unit in real time. With Vote Watch, we get something even better than real-time transmission. We will get real-time collation, meaning as the results are coming from the polling units, we are seeing the tally automatically. If election finish by 3 o'clock and they process the results, they count, they fill in the form EC8A, the party agent sign, the police and security agency sign. Once that form EC8A is processed, at that moment, as INEC is using their beavers to snap the form EC8A to upload to IREV, our PU marshals, as polling unit voters, which is allowed, are using their phone to take a picture of the same form EC8A to upload to the Vote Watch platform. But there's something even better that Vote Watch can do that IREV cannot do. IREV does not collate, but Vote Watch collates. And it doesn't just only collate, it collates in real time. So you see that collation gap where they will take the results, the original from EC8A, from the polling unit, and now go to the registration area, the ward, to go and do collation. That is where the abracadabra starts. So that's where party votes either become fat or lean overnight. No longer will be possible to do such rigging in the collation gap, starting from either the ward, the local government, the state, up to the national, if we have the result already from the polling unit on the Vote Watch app, there for the whole world to see. You see, this is a very wonderful solution. It's called parallel vote tabulation. It is allowed. It's very legal. We are not replacing INEC. We are not declaring winners. It is well within our rights as voters to monitor our votes after we vote and to report our votes. What we are doing is what political parties are supposed to be doing in their situation room. But for some strange reasons, they don't think to do it, and they don't do it robustly enough. So we, the people, we use our people power. We use our office, the highest office in the land, the office of the citizen, to come up and drive this solution by ourselves. That's what we're doing with Vote Watch. So that 2027 will be a reflection of the wills and desires and aspirations of the people. There is a rise in godfatherism. Wike and Tinubu have taken godfatherism to a great height. It is now Baba Sokpe crazy, Baba Sokpe politics. Baba talk say, you heard what Desmond Elliot said, that when they gave him the impeachment notice to sign, he thought it was from Tinubu. Baba Sokpe, Baba talk say, not what a full-grown man who is a legislator, not what he thinks, but what he thinks the Godfather wants. And you see how he started trying to beg for the forgiveness of his Godfather, because he feels that it's only the Godfather that can bring him back to the State House of Assembly. And unfortunately, as it is right now, it's only the Godfather. They have kicked him out. That is a dangerous trend of godfatherism in Nigeria that we must tackle. Many of you are mocking him, saying, oh, is it? Yes, mock him. Whatever he got, he deserved. But on the flip side, what damage is godfatherism doing to Nigeria? So long as politicians like Fubara, politicians like Desmond Elliott, politicians like Ben Ayade, so long as these politicians see or even think that the only way they get back into office is by the support of godfathers, Nigeria is dead and buried. Things will never get better. Because when they get into office, their only loyalty will be to the godfathers. If we want them to be loyal, if we want our leaders to be loyal to the people, then we must make sure that it is the people that bring them into office. That is why I cannot emphasize the importance of Vote Watch enough. The link is in the description of this video. www.votewatch.pro. Simple. You can use any browser, Chrome browser, Phoenix browser, Safari browser, on your phone, your desktop, your laptop. You can use it. Just type in www.votewatch.pro into the address bar. Click enter to take you to the platform. There you will see the overview. But then you will see another button where it says sign up to be able to become a PU Marshal. Click that sign up button. It will take you to the registration page. Enter your name, enter your email, enter your state, enter your local government. In the place for ward and for polling unit, click any available one. Don't worry. All the other things in the background we will fine-tune to put you in the right polling unit as a PU Marshal. Remember, there are going to be 3 PU Marshals per polling unit. And none of the 3 polling unit Marshals will know who the other 2 polling unit Marshals are for that polling unit. We are doing this because we know that some polling unit Marshal can be compromised. And we are doing this to make sure that none of them are compromised. We are not using information from one polling unit. We are using from multiple. And the reason for this is simple. We have seen where collation agents of political parties are compromised on election day. And we have built a safeguard into the Vote Watch platform to prevent and guard against this. So once you enter all of those details, click sign up, you sign in, and then you'll be able to be a PU Marshal once we approve your request. It's as simple as that. Who would have thought that a solution to stop rigging of election in Nigeria would be this simple? It will be this safe because you work in ghost mode, in stealth mode. Nobody will know what you're doing, but yet you are doing so much that nobody can rig. So if you're in Nigeria that loves Nigeria, you want Nigeria to change, please check the description. There's a link in there. If you're a Nigerian that already is benefiting from this in very good way, I am not going to advise you to change the system. I know you won't want to reform yourself out of power. So this message is not for you. It is for you. If in all this abundance you are living in squalor, no jobs, high cost of living, insecurity, poor roads infrastructure, poor health care, poor education, weak naira, so much corruption. If we want a better Nigeria, then you will subscribe to this. If you want credible leaders to come out, then you will subscribe to this. This is actually very, very, very important. God bless you as you subscribe, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.